Ooh, we have something.
This is a good lead, but the information may cost me a lot.
That's expensive. 12,000. You can go to the meeting. Agnes, the Brits, well, the Brit's mother. Brit is the person. Do I have the money? Expensive, cost, cash. Yeah, I have the money. All right, let's go. Go to the meeting. All right, let's solve a mystery. How she feels? Yeah, sure.
Good morning, Mrs. Gameltfist. How do you feel today?
Hey
Good,
guys.
thank you. I'm still dry. Let's go and have some tea. You're wearing a strange
Oof,
overcoat, son.
we
Do I
lost
know
some
your
attitude right
voice?
there.
Sorry, but I'm not one of the nurses. My name's Arthur Oliver, and I'm a friend of your daughter, Britt.
Really? So why did you ask? Never mind. Why are you here? Oliver, you say?
Oliver Twist.
Yes, I'd like to ask you a couple of questions. But first, please accept this small present. Apparently, they're your favorite cosmetics?
I can't stand them. Ever since Kersey. Hold on. Hold on. Richard? Is that you?
Are we? Are we
This is too much!
taking
You
advantage of an
steal
old
my
lady's
daughter, break her heart,
confusion?
and now you're here pretending to be a nurse to change her mother's incontinence pads. Security!
Not what I
Calm
want the
down,
stream
Mrs.
to be
Gameltfist,
seeing me
please.
doing.
I'll only take 5 minutes of your time. It's very important for me.
Of course it is, you bounder. Your business always came first. What's this all about?
Does Britt come often?
Let's
Daily!
investigate the daughter.
Sweet girl. Despite all her
Wow, increase in
responsibilities,
attitude.
she
Nice.
still finds time for her mother.
Really? Amazing. As a company director, Britt really is very busy.
She makes time for her mom.
Director? You've been away a long time, Richie. Britt has long since been the company's owner.
Oh,
Oh,
she
we're
didn't tell
finding
me.
something out here.
Ha! You thought that after you dumped her, she would just vegetate? She's an ambitious girl, a modest one too. Only common types boast about things, Richie. Not a Gamalkovist.
Right. Let's see if anybody other than the daughter has visited.
Apart from your daughter, does anyone else visit you?
You're very inquisitive, Richie. Guilty conscience.
We're playing
Have you
the
gone from a fraudster
ex-boyfriend
to a
of the
detective?
daughter,
Don't worry.
granddaughter.
No one's blackmailing me. I've got a button here, see? All I have to do is press it, and security will throw you out.
I just wanted to make sure you didn't feel lonely.
Ooh, we dropped in
That's why I came here, Richie. I
attitude
want a
points.
break from people. Even the nice ones. Anything else?
All right, sure. Let's go straight for it.
It's very nice here. Lots of staff, very few guests. The park is beautiful. Can I ask how much it costs to stay here?
Did I hear you right? Aren't you satisfied with robbing my daughter?
What are you talking about?
This guy's
Don't
sus.
make an even bigger fool of yourself, Richie. All three of you should have rotted in jail for
Oof.
that pyramid scheme. If I'd listened to Britt, then I'd have lost my life savings.
I can try to give back at least part of the money.
You can try. You're lucky I can't get up off this lounger. Poor girl. You robbed her and took advantage of her. You never had any intention of getting divorced, did you?
Well, I did think about it, but I was between a rock and a hard place.
Yes, of course. You were being blackmailed. By whom?
Dude's
Your
got
wife?
some
Your mafia
Shady
friends?
connections
Go
right
to
here.
hell, Richie. You're just raising my blood pressure. What more do you want?
Real shady, buddy. Real shady. All right.
Mrs. Gamelquist.
You've worn me out, Richie. I'm not as understanding as Brit. I'll call security, and they'll throw you out of here.
Hang on, I have a couple more questions. Maybe
Mm-hmm,
I could do
mm-hmm.
something for you in return.
If you put it like that,
What's
my
this favor you wanna
partner
do, buddy?
at
Our
Brit
detective
has
is
a small
weird.
problem. His family is behind with the payments for staying here.
Mm-hmm.
1 or 2 months. Sort it out. Discreetly, though. You're good at that.
Consider it done. Can I ask you some more?
Go on.
You remember the bracelet I gave to Britt?
Stop asking me if I remember. I remember everything, including that hideous gleaming snake. The ideal
We
present
have a lead.
from another snake. When I get back from my holiday, I'll take it straight to the pawn shop.
That won't be easy, because Britt still wears it. Why?
That's a lie. She doesn't wear it. It's to remember what a rogue you were.
She still has feelings for me, doesn't she?
Of course she does. Contempt and disgust. You dumped her, remember? My
Dude's a douchebag.
wonderful daughter. What of it, that you were married? But Catherine was nothing compared to my Brit.
I'm sorry for what
douchebag.
happened. I don't want to hurt your daughter again. She's a wonderful woman. She deserves to be happy.
But not with you, Sonny.
I mean, he is married.
I've changed, Mrs.
Also, that we're
Gamelquist.
playing
I'm alone, and I want to start anew.
a guy that's missing.
Do you think perhaps I have any chances with
Hey,
Brett?
Seraphic. Welcome to the chat, dude.
You've
It's been a while.
changed. You're a
How was
liar and
Japan?
a rascal, Richie. Thank you for visiting me. This island has few flights. Now,
Grandma
get
wasn't
out of
having
here.
it.
I've had enough of you.
Let's leave before we give her a heart attack.
I need to check the investigation board.
Yes, we found some clues. Sure. Hey, Doc Ock. Thanks for dropping by and thanks for the follow, dude. If I'm looking here, it's because my chat screen, I can see the chat here. I'll be happy, but not like you. It's everybody, every mother or every grandma to every daughter they got with a douchebag boyfriend. So I hope it's not you. Okay, so we're a detective and we're doing an investigation on a missing person type thing, and in order to do this, we have to go into the cover of being a coffee businessman because all of this is in the coffee business for some reason. And let's take it to the
Now I need to
investigation
set the
board.
new clues and data on the board.
We are talking to all of the suspects in order, under the guise of doing business with them. The funny part is we actually have to do business. Like, I have to fulfill orders and stuff. Like, I thought this was supposed to be a cover. Why am I actually doing business here, guys? Like, what? This is Brit. This is the grandma's daughter, who we still think is linked to the person who's missing. We've got influencers here, dude. We've got an influencer campaign. Right? Let's go back there. It's like optional goals. Like, why do I have to have an actual successful business as a goal here? Like, I'm supposed to be a detective, right? All right, sure. Order the influencer campaign. Radio and influencers. That's how you get people, I think. We're gonna see. Where was that? To-do list. Launch a marketing campaign. Collect cash of at least 650,000. Wow. Weekly revenue of at least 110,000. Damn, you have targets. Yeah, revenue target. I'm gonna need vloggers to be. Well, we're selling coffee beans. We don't really have a cafe, so I don't. I went into this thinking I'd be running a cafe. No, I'm selling coffee beans. There we go. Go for meeting. Yes, we can finally sell coffee. The new manager of the biggest and most popular coffee houses, named Black Mug. Ooh. He finished his studies at Zurich University of Economics. Look at this guy. So sharp. His jaw, he's got a cleft chin like me. He likes to focus others' entire attention on himself. He is a typical gallant who puts into conversations. Why is this making me read? He doesn't like to get into details with intellectual topics and prefers clear situations. Alright. Okay, this is all really important when we're deciding the dialogue options later. He gets irritated by clumsy and introverted people. Vanity and self-bragging are his defects. Alright, so he likes to talk about himself. Got it. Develop ambitious vision for the company's development. What is his relation status? Is it going to come up later? Information 2. He came up with the original idea of organizing an event. He made the coffee fair and he's an ambitious vision. He's got an ambitious vision. Blah, 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 blah. He's got something. He's got vanity, right? Done.
Good morning, Mr. Chantorp. I'm so glad
Let's
you were
see.
available.
We
Arthur
start at
Oliver.
50%.
Hello, Mr. Oliver. There should
60?
be a chair here
Yes.
somewhere. Please sit down.
Thank you. You know, ties are not my thing, but I must
I don't
say,
know.
yours
No, I don't
looks
need coffee.
marvelous. Is it Burberry?
It is. Good taste matters to me. And
it
I like people who can
Blueberry?
appreciate that, Arthur. If I can call you by your first name. What brings you here?
Is he twisting around? He kind of looks like he is. What brings you here? He does like to brag. Certificate on the wall.
That certificate, is that a memoir of the owner?
Family-friendly cafe. It's the only thing I couldn't bring myself to throw away, though it irritated me at first.
Oh no.
Today we're friendly to all, even oddballs, if they leave other people alone. Children don't buy coffee anyway.
Okay, let's go talk about the Black Mug success.
I supply the top London cafes with beans, and I keep hearing the same thing. Your amazing success.
You're amazing.
Really? What
So
success might
amazing.
that be?
Being one of the top 10 most interesting places in London is really something.
Thank you. That's down to me. Although David, the cafe's founder, provided the foundations for it. After he passed away, though, I managed to ramp things up a bit. It's going pretty well.
Pretty well.
Absolutely. Very well indeed. Your office is impressive.
I designed it that way, Arthur. Do you know why throne rooms were built so large?
What?
To be big enough for their owners' egos?
To overwhelm those seeking audience with the king. Good impressions always assist in doing business. I've heard a lot of good things about your brand, hence you were granted an audience.
Oh, nice. We've got it up to 70%. Let's continue on. It's not about me, it's about him. Journalistic investigation. Did he have a journalistic investigation? I should have screenshotted that information. Sure.
Sorry, Arthur. This'll only take a moment. Maxie, there you are. Book me a table for 2 at Notre Flamme at 6. You got that? And send Coralie some red roses with a note, missing you, B. The courier should just catch her at work. You got that? With an X at the end.
Who's
it's a
Coralie?
French surname, Moreau. Oh, add to the note that a chauffeur will be there for her at 6. And sort that
Dudes.
out, too.
Dude's arranging a date. Alright, journalistic investigation.
Could I ask about your investigation into the Kerseys?
It's water under the bridge as far as I'm concerned. All you need to know is that if they get angry, they'll even have their former colleagues investigated.
Ah, so you weren't the only one.
No. After getting the sack, I had a lot of time on my hands, and I had a little sniff around them. I know that Richard accused his daughter's teacher, a young painter, of destroying a family heirloom.
Oh, we're learning
Wow.
something here.
Sounds like a nasty business.
It was. Though it never got into the papers, the man had to flee the country. It was
Ah.
clear he was never going to get a fair trial. The Kersey's friends made sure of that.
I'm not so sure, Baptiste. I've heard a lot of things about Richard, but in your tales, he comes across almost as a mafioso.
Notice how we
No,
haven't
no,
talked
no. It's
talked
not
about
as bad
business
as
yet,
that.
like at
He's-
all.
Just a bit of an arsehole. No more, no less. All right, let's get back to business, shall we?
There we go. This is not business. This is more detective investigation.
You studied journalism, didn't you?
That's right.
It's interesting your diploma is on display. I mean, we're not in a newsroom. Unusual career path.
You could put it like that. Journalism was my passion. I dreamt of winning a Pulitzer.
What happened?
Push it, sir.
Richard Kersey. I was investigating the family's murky history and their fortunes. I wanted to expose the legendary blend, uncover the truth behind their success, which wasn't based on hard graft. They weren't too happy about it.
Fair enough, but what could they do about it? Demand an apology?
You're not from these parts, are you, Arthur? The Kerseys have a lot of influence. One call and I was out of a job. Second call and no one in the media in London had touched me.
Incredible.
But true. But they've underestimated me. Before long, I shall beat the Kerseys with their own weapon, coffee. Any day now,
So
and
dark.
my blends will be the most popular you can buy.
So Richard Kersey is the person that we're looking for because he kind of disappeared. There's something about a painting that's connected to about all this. That's why I was reacting earlier. Let's ask him about his vision for the company.
How do you see the growth of the Black Mug? I suppose you're planning on opening new cafes.
Eventually, yes, but it's too early to be thinking about a chain. The priority's still about building the brand, so we'll shortly be expanding the range.
So there will be new blends. My beans could provide an ideal base for them. Profits from sales matter more to me than visibility on your menu.
Ooh.
I guess I'd have to examine an option like that, of course, in time. The blend for the new coffee's still top secret. It's going to be a hit.
Nice, nice.
Chart topper? Tell me more.
Totally new brand. Premium
They
quality
always like
at an
it.
affordable price.
Get him to
Simply
talk
a
more.
new standard, and after that, no one
That's
will
the
drink
plan.
ordinary coffee again.
Uh-huh. You know, that could be an advert for, well, anything.
Well, clearly. I can't help but get emotional, but okay. It involves a brand new aroma. After
Oh.
all, the sense of smell is responsible for 30% of the taste, isn't it?
Your figures are dated. As far as I'm aware, it's even as much as 90%.
Well, forgive me. It's just a little test. Now, I know that you appreciate my little idea. We've
You
developed
gotta
a
really
new
know this
aroma, which
business.
is almost addictive. The recipe's a secret. It's expensive to produce, but we'll corner the market. In only a few years, we'll be the only ones left standing.
Okay. All right. So he likes vanity, right? So he's all right. Let's risk it and ask him to how he plans to develop it.
An addictive aroma. Fantastic idea. I'm wondering how that could develop.
The best way is through personalization. Choose your taste of addiction.
Oh,
Not bad, huh?
Sure, not bad. You mentioned production costs, though. Perhaps I could reduce them. For example, I could offer you a constant supply of beans at an attractive price.
Look at that.
No, I don't think so. Production of the new blend is in progress. What exactly can you offer me?
All right, down to actual business. Okay, let's increase the sales margin. Plus premium services. We need a big contract to make a lot of money. Just on the edge of hard. Quantity 22. Classic premium. Alright, well, yeah, that's fine. Production costs 22 units.
Shall we go to the cafe? Being in my company will instantly improve your reputation. Yesterday, the chief editor of What's New magazine was here. He's always droning on about something special. You know, people like that always need something extra. I can understand that. I'm exactly the same. So, what kind of discount can you offer me, Arthur?
Oof. Play the role of someone new to business was impressed by undermine assurances about the prestige, critical reviews, tactic questioning basic facts. Alright, we'll do this one. Wolf in sheep's clothing.
Really? The only celeb to visit our office was the weather girl off LTV.
Let's try
I
this
really
one.
like the idea of a scented coffee, although we focused more on classic tastes to date. I think you're onto something. Tell me more about the aroma.
Okay, it's a unique mix of safe substances, but borderline psychoactive. It contains a note of desire and a sensation of fulfillment. In short, it's impossible to stop at one cup. It isn't cheap, but it'll be revolutionary. We can join forces if you'll give me this discount on this contract.
Why won't you lower the discount? Alright, we straight facts.
Sounds brilliant, and it would be a jewel in our product range. If not for the discount. A discount like that is suicidal. I couldn't even offer something like that to the hypermarkets.
No? Not even Britt Gamalakist of Sorote? After all, you're in negotiations with her, aren't you? Or you've even signed an agreement. Cards on the table, Arthur. You can afford the discount.
Oof. Okay, maybe we can do this. It's hard to do the negotiations here. You can afford the discount. My dude, I had to take a loan earlier just to be able to keep the office open.
Listen, your proposal mostly protects the Black Mug's interests, not mine. Despite all that, I have a counteroffer. I'll ask Sorote if they'll give us a space in the mall by the coffee stall. It'd be a perfect way to promote the new product. On top of that, I'll give this discount on the contract. Are you interested?
I could ask for that myself. Although since I took the coffee
Yes, we
shop
lowered
over
that
from
to
Britt's
19.
business partner, our relations haven't been ideal. I can agree to this discount if you can come up with another good promotional idea without
Wait.
Sorote.
Oh. Digging into the reason for the mutual dislike appeal. Yeah, we can. This is fine. I think we can establish the details for the idea with a different employee. These are tiny percentages. Should I even push it? Listening to the yearly budget and picking out the options. Right. To be honest with you, I don't really understand what they're trying to say. I kind of get it. Like the valuation technique. I gotta bone up on my business, dude. Like, what is this? Manipulation of prestige. Details of the idea of the different employees. I'd go with first and second. Third one doesn't seem to have. Alright, yeah. Fair. Alright. Demonstrate our knowledge. Yeah.
The
No bullshit.
aromatizing process is expensive, and what's worse, it's potentially harmful to health. I want to ensure quality and reputation, both for the black mug and for me. A good way out would be to use a natural syrup instead of an aroma. That's cheaper and it's less risky, and it means I could offer this discount.
Yeah, it sounds reasonable, but it's not for customers of the black mug. In today's times, would you be persuaded by a healthy syrup simply because it's healthy?
Damn.
Not me. Aroma and this discount is the best option for me.
Dude drives a hard bargain. Name for the Go hard or go home. Go hard or go home. 9% discount. Again, I need the business. We'll agree to the
It's
proposal. We're
precisely
bleeding
because
money.
of that instinct that you're so respected in the industry. Let's go
We are
with your
bleeding
idea.
money.
If all your earlier crazy ideas in the black mug were a success, the aroma thing has to work too.
The discounts are
I can
applied to the
agree to
coffee
this
that we're
discount.
selling them. The price per unit originally was 1,600, and after the discount, it's 1,300. Right there. $80 of maximum price. It's not the bad. It's not the worst. Could have done better, but it's fine. It's fine. I think we start the conversation again. Bro, I don't want to hear his voice again. He mansplained me so hard. Right, so much math. New contract's been signed. The amount of 28,000 regularly transferred to your account within the next 12 weeks. Take care to handle this contract by sending employees the appropriate task.
I should sum up what happened after that meeting.
Alright, new part of the story. Where's the comic icon? Here. Now we listen to the cutscene.
To begin with, Chantorp greeted me and offered me a chair. At the same time, he was reserving a table for two and a bouquet of flowers. With the message, "Missing you, B," to Coralie Moreau. The chauffeur would pick her up in the evening. Lucky girl, eh? I was more interested in asking about the diploma on the wall. Baptiste was a journalist. Yes, up until he got too interested in the Kerseys. The next day, he was fired, and Richard personally saw to it that Chantorp never got another job in the profession. Richard liked to do harm. Another of his victims was one Gabrielle Sequeres, Clarabelle's art teacher. Kersey accused him of destroying a family painting. The man fled overseas in terror. The source of Baptiste's problems with the Kerseys was an article about coffee noir. They didn't want an outsider looking into the story of their famous coffee variety.
You haven't noticed? So the detective work was whenever we're in a meeting with one of our clients, we're trying to ask them details like this. When we asked about him having a journalism degree and being kicked out of a journalism career because he was doing more investigative work on a famous family. Because we actually work for the famous family. Our client is Richard Kersey's daughter. Richard Kersey is the guy who got this guy fired from his journalism job, and Richard's the guy that's missing. We're solving. No, this is the one big case.
But they overreacted. Their reaction just made Baptiste even more curious. Me too.
Our investigation is this whole one mystery about what happened to Richard Kersey, because he just kind of like disappeared.
We were interrupted by a noise in the next room. One of Kersey's spies?
Yes,
More
basically
likely
Starbucks
just
scandal.
a common or garden burglar. He managed to get Baptiste's computer. If it isn't protected, Black Mug may have a big problem. Chantorp brought the meeting to a rapid close and ran after the thief.
Right?
Just in case, I followed at a discreet distance. But
Good
he
thing
soon
they were
gave up
just
the chase
thieves.
and went back home. I waited until he came out and got in using an old police method. I felt as if I had gotten into a treasure that someone had previously robbed in a hurry. Baptiste apparently took some of the paperwork from his journalistic investigation, but there were some scraps left for me.
Okay. Alright. See you in a bit.
I started reading. Sequeires really did destroy the painting in the Kersey's house. He was looking for a coat of some kind under the paint, then made a bad job of trying to paint over the damage. Was it true that Sequeires found a sample of coffee noir inside the frame? Did he drink it? Who knows?
Huh.
He certainly fled the country, to Guyana, but not necessarily fleeing from Richard.
Maybe he's looking for coffee beans. I don't know. He found
Choosing
a map.
to escape to the same country where Kersey ancestors founded the first family coffee plantation, it couldn't be accidental. But what did Gabrielle exactly want to look for there? I carefully browsed all the documents on the desk.
Oh, I gotta click on the paper. All right. Cool.
Baptiste was weighing up getting hold of coffee noir and selling it himself. Then again, as a journalist, he wanted to print the dirt he dug up. He knew full well that revealing the truth was risky. The article needed to be vague, and it was, but it was still enough to upset the K family.
Click on the paper.
I found one more thing among the papers. A note from Clarabelle. If you find Gabrielle, please hand over my letter to him. Love, Clary.
So weird. Like if you're leaving a note and then you leave another note for people to send the note. That's so confusing.
Clarabelle knew Baptiste. He'd told her he was looking for Gabrielle. Did he find him in Guyana? I need to work out my next step.
Are we going to another country? I doubt it.
I need to check the investigation board.
Anyway,
Should
I
I
think we
move
should
the
go to the next
investigation
chapter
forward
now.
or wait and make some more cash instead?
Let's move forward with the investigation. I think we've made enough cash.
Another blow for the Kerseys. From early morning, the press was alive with stories of the theft from the British Museum. Someone had lifted 2 pieces of the planters, the family triptych. But who?
Oh,
The curator, Harold Cuttermoley, might know. After the theft, he resigned
Cuttermoley.
and then vanished.
his name is Carmol.
Pity. I wanted to question him, but it'll have to wait. I couldn't sleep that night, so I decided to keep my mind busy.
Mm-hmm.
When I got to my office lobby at the end of the corridor, I saw Clarabelle Kersey. She was sitting by the door with lowered head, clutching her purse.
What's Clarabelle got to do
She
with
jumped
this?
up when she saw me, and I knew that the worst had happened, seeing the expression on her face.
Father is dead.
Oh no! Somebody died. I don't know who her dad is.
She said softly and crying, threw herself into my arms.
Can I go back to making money then?
He'd been tortured and, after he was dead, put on display in front of
What?
the casino with a playing card in his mouth. Was it revenge for gambling debts?
That is dark.
There was a message written on the card. Every disobedient viper ends this way.
Wow.
I have failed again. this time Kate's daughter, Clarabelle. For obvious reasons, Richard wasn't my favorite, but I'd never wish him such fate.
That's Richard Kersey? Oh, damn.
Richard's death, ironically, doesn't mean the end of my investigation.
Now
I
we
can't
confirm
let
he's
it
dead.
go, although the case seems more and more complicated.
Alright, so now it's a murder mystery. Alright.
The viper on the card in Richard's mouth reminded me of the crossed-out photo received from Matilda. I wonder how Amanda Van Haven will explain this coincidence.
What a coincidence.
Arthur, it's hard to collect my thoughts. I haven't realized what happened yet. I know no one liked Richard, including you. Sure, he had a lot of enemies, but he didn't really deserve such a fate. I know your investigation was to find my brother. We found him dead, but that doesn't close the case. Can you help me see this through to the end? Richard, or even our whole family, must have been involved in something really big. It had to be about more than one of Richard's unpaid debts and unfair business tricks, or his nasty nature. I'm worried about Clarabelle. Years ago her mother died, now her father was murdered, and also her devoted guardian Joseph has disappeared without trace. I'm afraid all this is affecting her health. I noticed she's been acting weird. In one moment she's devastated and emotional, and in another, cold and absent. I can't contact her. You can understand it all from what she's been through, but it's better to keep an eye on her. Richard's death is a huge sensation. The police promised to engage more forces in the investigation, and the prosecutor ordered an autopsy, but I don't expect huge revelations from any of these actions. They're just stalling. I'll let you know soon about my brother's funeral date.
That's gonna be
Henry
cool.
Kersey.
This is our boss, Henry Kersey. Let's move on with an interview with the suspect.
This is a good lead, but the information may cost me a lot.
Oh, this is Amanda Van Haven. Nice. She's already charging me 25k for the talk. Oh my god. No, we gotta go to this meeting. We can't avoid this one. Choice of restaurant? Sure, yeah.
Good morning, Mrs. Van Haven. This is a swell place. I've never been here before.
It is an excellent restaurant. Joseph brought me here for our last anniversary.
Oh god, that's
My
tight.
lord, I said last.
Oof, I
Joseph
triggered her
will turn up with
emotions.
No fear. What did you order then?
When?
On your anniversary?
What does it matter?
Come on.
It doesn't. I just thought you could recommend something.
I just triggered
wanted
her
for
missing
you
husband.
to find my husband. But now, I have my doubts. Are you really a detective?
I am, and I'll prove it.
Yes, I am.
On the other side of the street, a tale is waiting for you. Probably a hack from one of the tabloids.
Hey, Dinkelberger.
Really?
Welcome to the chat, dude.
Perhaps I could sell him an exclusive
Exclusive what? Oh, guys. Oh, god.
quote.
Wow.
But first, let's eat.
Every
what did
time
you
I-
want to ask about?
Um, hey, Seraphic. Welcome to the chat, dude. Every time I alt tab to type something in the chat, it cuts the audio and the video feed for me, so I can't see what's going on and what's being said. Wow, this menu is expensive. Jesus Christ. Good evening, Seraphic. I hope you're having a good night. How was the day? I was multitasking for most of the day. I was in a webinar and doing office emails at the same time. So I was half learning. Let's check. Coffee sprinkled spicy sweet potato fries with citrus mayo. What? grilled asparagus with coffee drizzle. Why is coffee everything? All right, it's mocha pot. This is the name of the restaurant. Okay, grilled coffee teriyaki salmon with orange salsa. The drinks though, coffee, old fashioned drink, Irish coffee, and it's so expensive, 6,200 pounds, dude. It's in pounds. That is expensive. Espresso and latte, truffles, coffee infused chocolate cake with pistachios. The dessert might actually be good. Mains, coffee rub beef roast. I'm sorry, I don't like the idea of beef rubbed with coffee. It's like it's bitter. It's triple bitter. What the hell? All right. Anyway, fries it is. Oof, that is expensive. You should be asking them how they're surviving. They're awake. They are very awake. Maybe I should be asking them how they're sleeping. Alright, so back to the investigation. Can I ask her something else first? Clarabelle.
Did Clarabelle call you after your husband disappeared?
She came at once. Even though we were never close, she advised me to get in touch with you. She's a good girl. Although, well,
this is not good. We dropped
she's
points.
A Kersey.
What exactly did she say? Did she have a theory for Joseph's disappearance?
Why don't you ask her yourself? After all, she's paying you.
Wait, I did. Oh, I
will.
ordered the fries for
Now
her.
I want to know what you remember.
She said that Joseph might have had an accident, that she would call round all the hospitals, that she didn't believe that anyone could hurt such a man. She got on very well with my husband.
And not
She
as
sounds
well with
jealous.
You. Why exactly, if I may ask?
Because she was a miniature copy of that viper, Catherine.
Oof.
Yes,
Oof.
I know.
She got
only
angry.
a child, an innocent child. I tried not to be harsh on her, not dwell on the fact that in my home,
Oh, I see it. I see the
daughter of
fries.
the Kerseys was growing up.
And yet you agreed. Why?
For Joseph.
It's like a McDonald's small
He knew that
fries,
if left
like
with Richard,
put on your plate.
the little girl would die inside. But as God is my witness for tolerating her, I should have been awarded a sainthood.
Was little Clarabelle a difficult child? Badly behaved?
No, and that was what made it worse. She was kind and helpful. A little angel. You've met her. She hasn't changed.
I can't tell if this
Yes,
Clarabelle woman
I've seen
is
her.
nice
Clarabelle
or
mentioned that
evil.
it was your employee who actually looked after her. Mrs. Fink?
Yes. Matilda was my salvation.
And then charge you
What more do
$3,600
you
bucks
want to
for
know?
it. Let's get to the root of the matter before she
You're not a fan of the Kerseys, are you?
What
stops
a
this
detective
meeting
you
altogether.
are, Mr. Oliver.
Oh, sarcasm.
But you were once on good terms, weren't you?
Long ago, my husband and I were naive. That family always looks after its own. Just like Catherine.
Oof.
Richard and her were made for each other.
The
Did the later
drama.
absence of relations with the Kerseys make your life better? Did it make you feel better?
The guy at the bar. is like,
Absolutely.
I
Till
gotta be
now,
recording this.
as you can see, they can spit poison even from beyond the grave.
Oof.
Spit poison? Like vipers?
And how? And they're proud of it. They even have one of the damn snakes in their crest. In the crest. You understand?
That
Oh, I
sounds
meant
like
to
a
ask
thing.
about that too.
Might be a clue.
How did they get that?
Shillard Kersey received a knighthood from the Empire for conquering and robbing Guyana. A genuine Prince Charming.
And yet the Van Havens lived happily ever after, at least till now. The viper, Catherine, is dead, and Richard has bitten the dust. Well, that's convenient, isn't it?
Pretty convenient, yes.
What? Richard's dead?
Oh, she didn't know.
Your words.
Oh, no.
The curses do harm from beyond the grave. How did you know he was dead?
We're
Is he
getting
really
close to it.
dead?
A playing card was found in his mouth. On it was written, "So
Oh,
end
ho, ho.
all vipers." It fits strangely well with the way you speak about them, doesn't it?
It speaks something.
Please, carry on denying it. Tell me it's all a coincidence.
Well, it's true. A playing card.
A really nice
Richard was a
coincidence, yeah.
terrible gambler. If you're telling me the truth, clearly somebody decided to call in their debts.
The Lannisters send their
And
regards.
the Van Havens weren't on the list of creditors?
Stop, please. Mr. Oliver, hear me out. You'll get what you came for.
My fries?
Go
My
on.
expensive fries?
I didn't kill Richard or anybody else. I could never hurt anyone. It's true, I can't stand the cursies, but they deserved it.
Mm-hmm.
Can't stand is something you say about coffee house music. The curses you hate.
Damn it, Mr. Oliver. Okay, I hate them. They killed my child. Do you understand? I lost my child because of them.
The voice
Could you
doesn't really
explain?
match the face.
I was pregnant
The
when
hysterics.
Catherine called to say
It's
we were going
wild.
to a gallery opening. I felt nauseous and looked terrible. I just wanted to sleep. But the little princess wouldn't let up. She needed me to shine against. And I agreed.
And then?
Oh, we're
We
gonna
never
be in
even
debt.
got there.
We paid this
Her
woman
car
25,000 to sit here and
sideswiped
have
us
dinner
on
with
my
us, which
side.
I am paying for
Kat
too.
didn't see it. I want to believe she wasn't primping her hair in the mirror.
It must have been awful. Can you go on?
I remember nothing about the accident. The rest, I'd like to forget.
Guy in the
The
back's like,
injuries were
oof,
serious,
this got real.
Mrs. Van Haven. Too serious. I lost the little one. We never even knew if it was a boy or a girl.
My condolences. And Catherine, did she apologize?
As if. She just kept babbling on that we could have been killed and that our absence from the opening would upset her friends. Selfish.
This drama's
Wouldn't
not
you
gonna take
say?
forever, I hope.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the end. A few weeks later, she
What?
became pregnant.
What?
She was the center of attention again. She
Wow,
flagrantly
that is
paraded her
wild.
happiness.
Whose upbringing fell to you following her death?
I
That's a
avoided
roller
it
coaster.
as much as I could for the sake of Clarabelle. It's not her fault, but her mother was a viper.
Thank you for telling me this, Mrs. Van Haven. Let's take a break. Eat something.
Oh no,
What would
she
you like?
didn't.
Yes, let's order.
What do you mean? She has fries on her. Ah, damn it. She has fries on her plate. We're gonna end this meeting broke. Broke. I'm gonna have to take out another loan just to pay for this. I thought. Alright, beef roast, grilled vegetables. Alright, that sounds like a fine follow-up to coffee fries, coffee rub beef roast. Oh my god, we're gonna have to find final drinks. Oh my god. 10,000 pounds a person. Christ. Alright, what does Amanda do for a living?
What do you do for a living?
I'm an architect, albeit in name only. I've had my own studio and employees for a long time now.
Oh, she feels
Why?
better about us. It went up
I'm
to
still trying to
33%.
put Joseph's disappearance in context. Did you know any of his employees? Did you do any business together?
No way, Mr. Oliver.
What do you mean?
A few times my employees visited. My husband popped out for a smoke and returned 3 hours later.
Oof.
My work bores him. He couldn't name anyone on my team.
I see.
It's
So there were no conflicts.
What about the width of the kitchen windows? The drains? No, nothing at all.
oh Jesus Christ!
Anyway,
Are you looking at the steak?
My
I am.
husband
I'm looking at the
doesn't
steak.
like conflict.
Jesus, it's dark from the coffee beans. Oh Jesus. Oof. I can't even imagine the taste. Also, if you're I try to make it a point to get to know the people my wife works with, and you know the kind of work that she does. Just so if she ever wants to rant about work, I would understand what she's talking about. But this guy just leaves for 3 hours, like Jesus. The beef looks good. The beef looks burnt from the coffee layering on top of it, and look at those tiny carrots. Like, what is that?
Forgive me, but you don't look like a meek little lamb.
The
No, she
food
doesn't.
has sharpened your powers of observation.
I'm thinking about you and Catherine.
The
After all
sarcasm in
that,
this lady.
Didn't you want to get your own back?
No, honestly. Do you think I shot her?
Relax. I know you didn't.
That's a relief. My revenge is bloodless.
How?
I don't think it
There's
has
something
any
here.
bearing on the case. It certainly has nothing to do with Joseph's disappearance.
Forgive me, but I'll be the judge of that. How did you take revenge on Catherine?
What did you do?
Fair enough.
Lie.
So, I destroyed her relationship with Richard.
Hey, Doc
But
Octo, welcome to the
how?
chat, man. Thanks for dropping
Oh.
in.
That was
Doing
too
good.
simple. Richard, like all the Kerseys, loved to be admired, adored. He'd like to break the rules and forbidden fruit.
We're interrogating
follow?
a suspect.
Not really.
Oh dear, Mr. Oliver. He was arrogant, greedy,
How's your night,
vain,
Octo?
and a ladies'
Morning?
man.
What time is it for you?
Ah, you seduced him?
What? What?
Oh, you're good. No, not me. That would have been too obvious, and I would have hurt Joseph.
Obvious?
And anyway, that drunkard disgusted
This lady
me.
sus.
But I knew a Swedish girl whom he didn't disgust.
Oh.
Britt Galmarkvist. I just had to pull at the right strings. And the two puppets jumped into each other's arms.
Wow.
That's
What?
pretty cynical, but I'm impressed.
I can promise you Catherine wasn't. When she found out, she was
Thanks for passing
so
by,
in
dude.
love with herself. She didn't even see other
This
women
food is
as competition.
expensive,
Apart
man.
from in making bitchy remarks at parties. And then, oh my, her husband makes a
eating
fool
coffee
of her with a
rubbed
plain
beef, and it
boring
costs
friend of
10,000
hers from
pounds
uni.
per
That must have been a real blow.
plate.
Oh, it was. I mean, I'm sure it was. So, did you gain satisfaction?
My detective's speechless.
Briefly, in my opinion, that's a bit of a blind alley, though.
And Catherine, did she know that you were behind her husband's affair?
Does she know anything?
She never said as much, but I think she did. She wasn't stupid, Mr. Oliver. She simply used her brain power to think about herself.
Evil ladies. Oof. This woman got this other guy to cheat by pushing him with another girl that he likes. What the hell? Okay. I'm happy to keep you company, buddy.
I'm
It's-
curious about.
Ironic's
the picture
going
that
to
Richard
go
brought
live
to
in an
you
hour, I
after
think, or half an hour.
Catherine's death. Why
So, have
didn't
fun.
you want to accept it?
Several reasons. First,
Enjoy the jazz.
Richard claimed it was Catherine's will to gift it to Joseph. Such an expensive present from some woman for my husband would be bad enough in itself. But a Kersey family treasure as a present from Catherine? who herself received it as a wedding present? You have to admit, that's strange.
A little odd.
Spill the
Any
tea,
other
sis.
reasons?
Come on.
The picture was definitely connected with Catherine's death. If you ask me, Richard was trying to slyly get rid of the painting to take the heat off. I didn't want him to sort out his affairs at our cost. What if some lowlife broke in on an evening to steal it? Joseph liked to stay up late. I was afraid.
I gathered that. What happened to it?
It is an expensive
Joseph gave
painting.
it back to the family. Henry Kersey, Richard's brother, has it. My God.
What's up?
Spill the coffee.
They already know. The card about the viper in Richard's mouth. It's a threat to Henry.
What?
I'd already worked that out.
Oh, yeah, I
What
totally
is
did,
it about
yes.
the painting that's killed 2 people?
It's
That's what I'm trying to
expensive.
find out before someone else buys it.
You better be quick about it. My poor Joseph.
Alright. Her husband is missing. He disappeared, just so everybody's on board. And she's, she doesn't know if he's dead or alive. So we're interviewing her, and she's really emotional.
In your husband's office, I saw your photos from uni.
The
We
thing
spoke
is to order
about them,
dessert.
but he didn't want to talk about
Eats the
Brit.
coffee,
Doesn't he like it?
cheesecake.
He doesn't.
Doesn't sound bad,
Joseph
actually.
was Richard's friend. And to begin with, he liked Catherine, too. But Richard's affair hurt her badly and damaged their relationship. He blamed Britt for that completely. You know what Richard's like.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "You know what I think about that?"
What?
Yes,
What did
I
he say?
think so. Your husband never guessed it was your doing?
Mr. Oliver, not every guy is a detective.
I mean,
Uh-huh. How many people knew about the affair? Did you or Joseph tell anyone else about it?
I certainly didn't. But my husband was angry at Britt and had his weaker moments.
So who did he tell?
I can tell you, but not for free.
I already paid you, woman.
All ears.
And this dinner's
That paparazzi by the
expensive.
entrance. Get rid of him, now.
Oh, wow. There really is a
Why?
paparazzi.
I don't want to sneak out of the back door like a thief. I've done nothing wrong, and I don't want the staff here gossiping. You understand?
Maybe you shouldn't have booked a
I'll deal
restaurant
with it
then.
now.
That was quick. You probably offered him some precious sweetener. So, the affair.
Alright, so we
My
dealt with the
husband
paparazzi
told
now,
McFowl.
I think.
He's a mutual acquaintance of his, and Richard's a businessman, but I don't know what he's in. I took Joseph to ask about that, telling him never to gossip again.
Ooh.
McFowl. Thanks. That information is the icing on the cake. Speaking of which, what would you say to some dessert?
With
No.
pleasure.
No, I'm running out of money. I'm gonna have to take out a loan to continue doing business. I don't want to. There are no other buttons. I don't want to offer her dessert.
I have to admit, you're coping admirably.
I'm trying my best, Mr. Oliver. I have to be prepared for the worst.
I understand, but after all this, I'd like to propose we take a moment to relax. Perhaps over a coffee liqueur?
Thank you. But after all this, I think I'd get all drunk and sad.
Oh,
And I
thank
can't
God.
let that happen. Goodbye, Mr. Oliver.
Yes.
Please let me know the moment you know anything.
She didn't take it. Nice. I saved some money. Woo!
I need to check the investigation board.
New clues. What the hell? Oh no, another cutscene. Let's come back to that later.
Now I need to set the
Clues.
new clues and data on the board.
Characters. Put that in. Then you know what she reminds me of? She reminds me of a friend I know. She had drama that she wanted to work through, and We went out for a couple of beers because she wanted to talk it out. I ended up paying for those stupid beers, and at the end of it, she made me feel bad. Like I was a bad friend. So I was like, you remind me of this woman. Jesus. Horrible. A friend I know. If she follows this stream, she would know who she is. Watch us, my DM's like, bitch, you talking about me? Alright, where were we? Case files. Alright, let's go through this. See, we just got through a talkathon, but alright, fine. Hunt for vipers.
The card with the viper in Richard's mouth fitted someone else.
Oh, alright, brace space.
I dialed Henry's number and straight out asked him about the painting.
Really? Okay.
He replied that his tenement had been plundered some time ago and the painting was gone for good. I'm not buying that. I kept my cool and advised him to go into hiding for a time. Richard's killer might be hunting for him too.
This is the brother of the guy who died and whose death we're investigating. So he hired us, but he couldn't run the business himself. This game.
Then he started.
This game.
Maybe it's Brit. That viper ratted on us during the trial. Or Clarabelle. She's a cursey too. And she's got a viper tattoo.
Oh yeah, he kind of does, right?
Keep your eye on the
like a slimy Magneto.
The worst thing that can happen to me
Very
is
sus.
a hand of poker.
He wasn't telling me everything, but I had other leads to follow. That Caceres, for example, who Clarabelle told me about. Why did she ask Baptiste to bring her that letter? Well, the guy
could
was
disappear in
London
a crowd.
now, so it's got to be worth asking, right?
Right? Dude could disappear in a crowd,
I
except
need to check the investigation board.
Alright. Apologize for being late.
Mr. Caceres. Arthur Oliver.
He has a
sorry for
creepy
being
stare.
late. If the lift was working, I would have been on time.
Why the excuses, Mr. Oliver? Stairs teach humility.
Nice.
And anyway, there are no shortcuts to success. There is no lift.
And what is our goal?
Coffee, isn't it? You want to sell it, I want to buy it. To buy all the coffee remaining on the market. You know which one.
Is he really talking about coffee? I don't think so. He seems very energetic. Scene of the meeting. Sure. Ask Gabriel about his roots. Sure.
Caceres. Is that a Spanish name?
It's a combination of sounds that happen to be in that language. To describe others. To tame them.
He is not creepy at all.
But that's good, isn't it? Knowing who you're dealing with.
And now you know.
I'm working on it.
They always do. Go ahead, I'd love to watch.
He seems insane.
You know what, Caceres? You're an interesting man. I'm beginning to understand where all the gossip about you comes from.
Is there anything new?
Oh, the guy
what
got
have
gossip.
they brought up now? What are they saying about Gaspar?
About
What?
Gaspar. They say he's on some sort of secret mission, that he's a strange, dangerous man, but I don't believe it.
Who's Gaspar?
And what do you believe in?
Honestly, there's less and less of it with the passing of time.
Aha! Your left eye is larger than the right. They know that too.
What?
Aha, maybe. And your travels? More gossip?
Trips. Which ones do you mean?
He does not
The
feel like he's all
geographical
together.
one, not the one in your head.
I got all.
They're helping. They're helping.
With what?
Finding the treasure. I'll soon locate it. Don't ask what it is. It's different for everyone.
Well,
Why?
maybe you could recommend some places worth seeing.
What kind of treasure is different
Of
for
course.
everyone?
The London sewers are marvelous. So wild. Almost like the jungles in Guyana.
Have you been to Guyana?
I'm not interested in the past. Let's talk about the future. Do you have coffee?
Dude seems to have like an addiction to coffee.
It could be wrong, but I have...
Really? Maybe you should listen harder. What about...
Alright, fine.
Is there anything specific
Let's
you
go back to
expect that
coffee.
we should include in the contract?
Bah! Why such ghastly language, Oliver? All I want is to buy coffee! Give me an offer I can't refuse, and I shan't refuse it. Where's the contract?
Okay, Mr. Caceres, who are...
Me? Not in the least, Mr. Oliver.
No.
Ha!
We're
And
losing
that's
a lot of
mistake.
favor.
There is still green in a corpse. I want to achieve my goal, and I can't get to it through you.
He is so weird, dude.
Well, in that case, I'll be careful.
Make that the first thing you say to
A really small sales margin. Nah, I don't want to overcommit my workers this early. That is not a lot of money. It's really small.
You're staring at me. You want to understand the madman, Gaspar, don't you? Many have tried. Unfortunately, Gaspar
Negative
travels
13.
a lot. My thoughts
I'm gonna be
cannot
losing
cornered.
money. Oh,
And you?
Jesus.
Are you always on the move? Or even on the run? Do you like traveling?
Ooh. Come on, what do we do? What do we do? My thoughts cannot be cornered in you. When did he move to Gaspar as a name?
Yes, I do. I even like traveling without moving. Sometimes a simple conversation can
I-
be as
I read that
interesting as a
late, buddy.
trip
I'm
to an
sorry.
exotic land. But they don't happen too often. All I hear is the constant gabble of salespeople, the same sentences, the same phrases.
I feel like I
You know,
should be the
sometimes I
same
think,
anchor at
what
this
do they
guy.
need their brains for?
As this guy, yeah.
I've heard you know Britton Baptiste. A cold fish and a chatterbox. Marvelous. What did you try on them? Try it on me. No. Give me more. What does Gaspar want? Spill the beans.
The coffee beans? I'm confused.
You mentioned something about needing to buy a large
Neither one
quantity
of those
beans.
sentences are
Well, in that case,
good.
I can throw in a few extra sacks for free. How many depends on how much you order, so maybe we could get down to signing the contract.
Even more coffee. If everything goes how I want it to, then they'll start treating me seriously. But, who are you really? You know, I mean, really?
He sounds really suspicious.
You
Lower
really
the
wanna
discount.
know?
Come on.
And it was getting so interesting. All right, then. I'm a businessman. Sometimes I'm direct, sometimes quite the reverse. Let's start
So
direct.
hard to choose
I
with
can
this
give
guy.
you this discount on my coffee.
All right. They haven't hoodwinked you yet. You're like me, but you still won't get to the goal. As for the discount, it's too low. I want to place a big order. Big. So I want a bigger discount. Everything you've got.
Let's do this.
How much does a lot mean? As
I
a
don't know
junior
anymore.
sales rep,
I just
can
want
only
to
negotiate
avoid
so
losing
far,
money.
but I can throw in a free sample of the coffee for you.
Samples! Samples or more coffee! A small portion. Just enough to... Stop. That's too obvious. What matters is the goal, Arthur. But okay,
His name changed again.
At least you're being upfront with me. That's what separates us from... You know... From the rest.
He sounds like he's a schizo.
Gaspar doesn't want samples. He needs the night. We need it. The night, the dark, the quiet. Nighttime deliveries. Take it or leave it.
All your conversation options are like normal conversation options, but he replies in this weird, broken down dialogue that he does. I feel like he's kind of schizophrenic. He's got multiple personalities. That's why he changed his name. Lower the discount further.
That is an unusual request, but we're not afraid of challenges. Non-standard services come at a cost, though. You pay more for the extraordinary, as I'm sure you know. With nighttime deliveries, the maximum discount I could offer is this.
I have to be cautious, you understand.
Yes, he
I
bit.
have to be one step ahead.
I have a little bit of.
I'm
not losing money.
What's the difference?
A little bit of a
I
sales
agree,
margin.
But I require greater discretion. My coffee must be hidden inside boxes. That will keep them off the trail. No sex, out of the question.
All right, I'll put them in boxes. Sure.
Beans transported in boxes rot quicker, so you'd have to order more. How would that be? I could make money out of your ignorance, but ruining the beans and base lies are not my style.
Well, isn't this Arthur honest, Gaspar?
Damn.
So, am I supposed to just concede? Nothing of the sort.
He increased the discount.
Or bring an end to
What
this
a bitch.
farce.
What a bitch. Alright. I can't. I gotta make money.
Mr. Caceres, you will not find a more sympathetic business person in the whole of London, but I could be persuaded to make things especially hard for you. This is my final offer.
Okay, I was just testing you. You don't want them to hear
Oh,
this.
yes.
They'll be keeping an eye on you. But that's not my affair. Coffee. When
He's
can I
like a
expect the
coffee
first
addicted
delivery?
person,
I
but
need
has a
lots
multiple
of
personality
coffee.
disorder. Okay, sign the contract. Our sales margin is so low, 5%. Do we want to try again? No, fuck that. I don't want to run through this again. Screw that. That's a lot of money and a really, really tiny percentage of margin. 31,000 would be okay. All right, okay.
I should sum up what happened after that meeting.
Really? Okay, creepy meeting. Enjoy the CGI.
So I met up with Caceres. He was really agitated, kept giggling the whole time. He wanted to buy up all the coffee there was. He needed it for his plans.
Whatever that was.
Mystery upon mystery. The guy looked a mess. He looked like he wanted to blurt out all his secrets.
He's got the wild look in his eye.
So I thought I'd help him with it. I picked up the Kersey family's photo album.
Oh, he's the painter. Is he the painter? Oh, he is a painter.
Clarabelle. Was anything going on between them? Looks like I was wrong. He didn't want to talk.
He was the insane painter. Or he's the painter gone insane.
He was getting ready to go, mumbling some fairy tale under his breath.
We have gone crazy.
Miss H's last painting, and a painter got it. He found coffee in the frame. Magic coffee.
Oh,
Miss
does he?
H? Didn't he mean Harold? I asked why Cattermole disappeared.
He's got the crazy eyes, definitely. But I didn't notice if it was heterochromia.
Mr. H. He was an art restorer. Until he came across a special painting.
God, the
Underneath
painting
the
had
top
coffee.
layer of paint, another painting was hidden. And on that,
Ooh, so this is the why the painting
the
disappeared.
Kersey secret. The key to knowledge, power, everything.
He means coffee. It's just coffee.
Caceres called the lift. He kept on muttering.
Alas, Mr. H blabbed. Very bad person. Miss H. Mr. H met her at Lionel Kersey's. Jumped in at the deep end.
Oof.
Didn't know his sweetheart was working for the Yakuza, hunting the Kersey's painting.
When did the Yakuza get into this?
And the information about the hidden painting delighted her bosses. H was caught in a trap.
End of fairy tale. Caceres was in a hurry. I still didn't know what I needed to. I followed him. More questions.
They were just at the elevator. But the elevator doesn't work, I think. I'm not sure. They are always the wild ones alive in such stories.
Why did he so clumsily overpaint his discovery on the Kersey's painting?
He was already insane.
Me? Have you seen the Kersey's other paintings in the British Museum? They're all fakes! I did them. Was I supposed to destroy the planters with that amateurism? It's a joke.
What?
He seemed like he wanted to run away, but he kept yakking. Who did he tell about the coffee in the frame?
Only Baptiste. And he then used it in his article. Of course, he wasn't stupid. He wrote just enough to piss off Richard, but without showing his hand.
Meaning?
To succeed, you need 3 parts of the genome.
What is he saying? These words mean something, but together it means nothing to me.
But Baptiste will never see it again. Thanks to Coralie, he'll end up just like Mr. H.
Who is Coralie? Oh my god, these new characters I have to interview.
Meaning what? Buddy just cackled madly and slammed the doors.
My budget! My budget!
I don't know where he went. But I know where he ought to go. To a psychiatrist.
Oh yeah. Something everybody in chat can agree with. Dude needs to see a psychiatrist. For this week, 600. Kissing her on the cheek. Let's try that out.
Ah, Mademoiselle.
Why, Monsieur Oliver?
When there is beautiful.
A typical English
Maybe it would be better over.
Okay,
You studied marketing and public relations.
we
didn't
got off
you?
on the wrong foot
What made you
again.
change direction?
Should have gone with the hand.
Blind prejudice,
Sir
Mr.
Rafik said.
Oliver. Nobody in...
Absolutely. Is it?
Oui?
Okay,
Do you mind if...
Smoking, passing on that.
Oh,
For such a new.
partly.
Really? My congratulations. I didn't.
It can if it begins in the heart of the company.
Yes,
Precisely. And I came up with a whole message for Rashid.
We can't look
Now,
like we're
I'm
idiots in
teaching
front of
people
her.
to sell it, so that
yes.
How she likes
Have you-
London.
oui, I've even got used to the London weather. It's so good, like coffee houses.
How did you like the city?
Oh, it's simply formidable. Perfect to live in, perfect for business.
Really? Benefits of working
You're a
together.
fabulous listener.
Oui, I'm always ready for that.
Nice.
Go on.
I'm sure you've heard all about our
I've heard of that too, Miss.
Reliable deliveries are
Rashid is
good.
known for its reliability, so I'm sure you'll value an equally reliable.
You're right. Lateness is great for a
Benefits.
What benefits other than its distribution?
Oh mon Dieu. And into the top London coffee houses isn't enough? Okay. For a bonus, you can take me for coffee. Not all the time, but it's worth trying. Oui.
It's better than where we were at before. Better sales margins, yes. Okay, let's not try too hard. Come on, come on. How does the maximum? 49%. 40.8. 35 hours. Wow. 15 weeks contract duration. Alright, done.
Forgive me for being so enigmatic. A lot of companies pretend to be interested, so
Bend the truth a little bit.
Thanks to our collaboration with the hypermarkets,
oh, and I was sure that was my idea. I have to accuse you of reading my mind. I could already agree, but I'm curious what else you have guessed of my expectations.
Alright, okay. Okay, that's better. She's a PR person. I gotta remember that it's... You gotta PR it. Praise calculator your search. She has more experience than you. Offer to take her for lunch. No. You get her racial best. High competence is what she's after.
Okay, let's try. You expect encyclopedic knowledge so as to foresee any eventual issues.
Yeah, that's
My
good.
colleagues and I rely on the best sources.
Oh, pour sûr, Monsieur Arthur. I read
Jesus.
wisely myself. I like to broaden my horizons. Recently, I was reading that with my plans to develop my company, I should open.
Invite her to lunch?
Where did you read that? No, don't tell me.
Okay, but I choose the restaurant. You're very kind, but I don't fancy English cuisine
Alright.
today. I'm longing for asparagus from Charles.
Christ. Try again, try again, try again. We're trying this one again. We are seriously in debt. Okay. Kiss her hand. That's a good bit.
Good
Don't
morning,
kiss her
Miss
in the
Moreau.
cheek.
I'm Arthur Oliver. I'm glad you found time in your busy schedule to see me.
I thought having lunch would
Bonjour,
be
Monsieur
good.
Oliver. The plaisir is all mine. I'm about to take my coffee break, as you can see. Where are you taking me?
Remember to drink your water.
That's just what I was hoping you'd say.
Hydrate and
I
all
have
that.
to warn you, though, with the coffee I've got for you, one cup won't be.
Ooh.
Okay, we're good. Study journalism.
You studied marketing and pub.
Blah blah blah.
Ooh.
Continue. It doesn't matter if we flirt with her or not. Benefits of working together.
You're a fabulous listener. Almost as fabulous as your smile. Let's see if I can get you to do that again.
Oui, I'm always ready for that.
He's
Go on.
the detective's
I'm
really
sure
heavily
you've heard
flirting
all
with
about
her.
our coffee's quality. I can confirm all the gossip. Our beans and our service are excellent. I can also divulge that we can offer our partners a whole raft of solutions supporting their activities.
I've heard of that too,
You
Mr.
really think she's
Oliver.
pretty?
I like that. And I think we can get on. But I'd like to hear a little more. Maybe I can trust you more. Oui?
Welcome back, Seraphic. I'm glad you just got into this meeting. Reliable deliveries?
Rashid is known for its reliability, so I'm sure you'll value an equally...
You're right.
Yes.
Lateness
The
is
90.
great for a party.
Never ask for PR advice. We dropped so hard in that.
What benefits other than its
Oh mon Dieu.
Show the contract form. Yes. Yes. We're not doing hard because we don't have the employee manpower for it. Just on the cusp of it. This is good. This is good. Good starting
Forgive me
point.
for being so enigmatic. A lot of companies pretend to be interested so as to discover our strategy, when in fact we only have one strategy. Discipline.
What?
We meet our deadlines, and so as our partner, you will do the same. Oui?
Of course. For the right price. Alright, we went with this one last time and she kinda liked
Thanks
it.
to our collaboration with the hypermarkets, we've
We
developed
lied
our
a little
own
bit.
strategy and programs for automating supplies. Using them can free up 20% of your logistics resources. We'd happily introduce our system in Rashid.
Oh, and I was sure that was my idea. I have to accuse you of reading my mind. I could already agree, but I'm curious what else you have guessed of my expectations.
This did not work out for us, the high competence side. This is where you came back. So we're gonna go with that complementing tactic. More experience than
I
me.
got lucky, Madame Coralie. I'm sure I'm nowhere near as clued up on logistics as you are. I have far less experience. I do know a thing or two about restaurants, though. Maybe we can continue this over lunch.
Okay, but I choose the restaurant. You're very kind, but I don't fancy English cuisine today. I'm longing for asparagus from Charles. Let's go there.
Why am I spending so much money? Yes! 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 No discount. Yes! Sign it. This is the best. This is the best. We got it. Totally got it the first time around. Yes! Making so much money.
I should sum up what happened after that meeting.
Alright, okay. So what happened after that meeting? Alright, now we're spying on her after she left for lunch.
Coralie, sweet as Clarabelle's coffee cake. Moreau treated me to the history of this delight.
Damn.
Clarabelle's, but sales dropped off rapidly, and the media fell silent about the talented baker. Coralie was supposed to have witnessed how a dejected Clarabelle went crazy. That church mouse? It chose a nicer subject. Did supper with Baptiste go well? Yes, they'd been together since he returned from Guyana. Unfortunately, Chantorp had brought back the deranged Gabriel from there.
I was curious what kind of weird things in the menu we were gonna find, but I'm happy that we went
Did she mean Gabriel
to lunch
Cassidy's,
with a 0%
Clarabelle's drawing
discount.
teacher?
So what does that mean? Like, there's a
Yes,
chance I could
apparently
zero
Baptiste
discount every
persuaded
contract?
him to return. But Coralie reckons that's bollocks. She believes that what made him return was the letter Baptiste brought. The letter from Clarabelle.
No.
Did Gabriel really come back for her? Coralie sensed trouble.
Coffee chicken. Coffee, it might be true.
We met in a coffee house. Nice girl. He's not the man for her.
They're really trying to pencil in that cleavage. It's so weird.
A phone call from Coralie's mother interrupted. Her obedient tone surprised me. Her mother must have trained her well.
Okay. What?
She spoke about her problems with her father, then we parted.
She's not wearing heels. She's wearing shoes.
At least, that's what she thought. I was on her tail. Followed her to the armored doors of an unassuming tenement.
Armored doors? Huh.
She was greeted by an enormous Asian bodyguard.
Something funny about an enormous Asian bodyguard. Okay, coffee chicken honestly seems the most acceptable compared to the other meat options.
She tried to hand him some papers from Gabriel. He told her she had to report in person. The boss.
Also, they're working together. That's a huge ass CCTV camera.
Resigned, Moreau went inside. All I could do was wait. I lit a smoke and went up a side street. A rough sleeper smelt the smoke and looked at me imploringly.
Really, dude.
I gave him my last cigarette and a couple of quid. Bingo. The guy told me the tenement belonged to the Yakuza.
Moving away.
Inside, the local mafia boss operated. The mother, they called her.
What does the Yakuza have to do with coffee? Oh my god.
I wrote my phone number down for him on the empty cigarette pack. Having an agent like this in the field could come in handy.
This guy.
I rang Clarabelle. Why had she summoned Gabriel? Was she missing her drawing lessons? And Baptiste? What was his role in all this? She tried to cover it all up as just an old friendship, something trivial, nothing to write home about. She'd heard that her friend Coralie's boyfriend was flying to Guyana to see Gabriel. So she'd taken the opportunity to get in touch. That was all.
Sounds suspicious.
Did she think I was gonna fall for that?
Yes, that's why she told you.
Need to check the investigation board.
We were short. We had to upgrade stuff. Okay, this meeting is gonna be expensive again. Kobayashi seems like she doesn't care about the visit, so you have to prove that you are going to say is worth hearing, alright? She is sales director at Grind, one of the world's largest producers of household equipment. She is interested in art house cinema, science, literature, and surrealist painting. When the interlocutor, I don't know, finally convinces her by his behavior and eloquence, Hitomi becomes an extremely interesting woman. She is kind of helpless while making strategic decisions, but she can't stand stupidity and pettiness. She knows art. An original painting by Rothko hangs in her office. She plans to produce its own unique brand of coffee. She likes art. Alright. She's an artist. And she prefers that whatever I'm saying is worth hearing. Okay.
Good morning, Miss Kobayashi.
Let's start with
You
an
have meetings
arts
today?
reference.
I was sure you'd be heading for the opening of the Goya exhibition at the Art House. There are crowds outside. I struggle to get past it.
Art requires calm, space for contemplation,
Nice.
especially Goya. Can you see me fighting my way through the school excursions?
No, not really, but maybe once the initial interest dies down, you'd like to go there with me.
I'd like that very much, Mr.
You gotta
Oliver.
build a
It's better to
relationship
share
with
the
your
profundity
suppliers.
of those works with someone else.
Interesting painting behind.
That painting
it.
behind you. Is it possible I'm looking at an original Rothko?
Yes, and well done, Mr. Oliver. I hung it here for 2 reasons. In praise of simplicity and to test the level of my interlocutor.
Ah, there we
just
go,
passed.
finally. The way she folds her hands just looks painful in the long run. Normally you face your fingers downwards and think, oh, right, that's gonna be, oh, but that's like, oof, that's gonna hurt long term, yeah. Much depth. We gotta, she's an artist, she's an art lover, so we gotta talk about that. A discussion of literature, sure.
That's an impressive collection of books, Miss Kobayashi. I recognize
75%, I hope it doesn't drop.
Really?
Of course, Umberto Eco.
A present from a client. The director is Japanese? Let's give her a book by a well-known Japanese author. I have 3 more copies at home.
Ask about her work.
I remember the first time I saw your products. It was at a trade fair. The coffee grinder broke during the presentation. The salesperson was struggling to get it going again, and I started to feel sorry for him, so I left the stall. Today, Grind is a completely different company. It's a brand, and many say it's all down to you.
I put in a lot of effort to put Grind on its feet. I'm happy that the effects of that work are visible. There's still a lot to be done, though.
Oh, yeah. We gotta sweeten the
Maybe
coffee
there's
pot.
something I can help with.
Maybe. A lot of suppliers lose interest as soon as the ink on the contract dries. Is that a London thing?
I hope not.
Me too. Of course, there are financial penalties, and we break off collaboration with many. That always leads to unnecessary costs, and I expect suppliers to bring me profits.
Ooh.
I shan't say that my company is different. I'll demonstrate it by operating as client manager for Grind as one of our key partners.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Come on. Alright, fine. Let's get into the details and negotiate. Achieve together with Grind. What was she like? She liked art. She worked hard for it.
I haven't come here as just another supplier. Of course, producing good coffee and delivering it reliably is the core of our work, but we have much more to offer.
Such as?
We have profitable ideas and the right strategies to implement them. Before I came here, I prepared a few interesting solutions for Grind.
She got
Please,
interested.
Take a look.
Thank you, I will. I'm pleasantly surprised, Mr. Oliver. That doesn't happen often. What do you expect in return?
It's enough for me if you come to think of us as more than just another supplier.
Nice, nice.
Done, Mr. Oliver. I like to give such presents.
Alright, let's go with the first one.
I know you're shortly planning to launch a new coffee machine. It's perhaps the most long-awaited product in the market.
How did you know about that?
So wild.
No, don't tell me. It
A
does at
world
least
that really
demonstrate
needs
your abilities.
coffee machines.
Yes, there are such plans.
Indeed, your marketing people obviously have a concept for the launch and its promotion.
Of course.
But I have my own. I think it's really pretty good and can make your machine a hit from day one. Could I present my idea to your team?
Maybe we can go to lunch.
Perhaps, but do so tactfully. They are highly creative people who may not be ecstatic about using an idea from outside.
Yeah. Creatives, right? I know a few people like that. Refer to Hitomi's words. Yeah, let's circle back
I've
on
really
that.
enjoyed talking about art with you. Time flies, though, so I'd like to return to business. We can discuss painting when we go to Modern House.
I was about to suggest the same myself. There is a time for pleasure and a time for business. I'm glad you can tell the
Oh,
difference.
thank God,
Let's
jeez.
begin.
Okay. All right. Contract forms. At 83%, that's fine. Oh, still normal, still normal. Okay, 46, 47%. Let's not make it hard. Okay.
Let's keep it short and clear. Grind needs a change of image. You can be a part of our success. Failure is not an option. We can talk on condition you accept this provision. Free delivery for the period of our collaboration.
40% new product support in the form of oh, refuse to provide free delivery. Oh, the first 40% off.
Free. 40% deliveries? That's the most I can offer. Grind gets much more than that, though. We know everything about building a brand. A new product launch should be your priority. We have some very innovative ideas.
We don't want any revolutions, just top quality.
Oof.
Our philosophy is one of class and a certain conservatism, although that's a gross oversimplification of
Should have
Grind's
stuck with,
values.
their own
Going
marketing
back to
team.
the quality, if we get into bed together, your company will have to guarantee it supplies beans that meet the standards stipulated in the future contracts.
Numerous positive opinions. No, that never works. Number full imperfections in your beans and put forward an idea for promotion. Let's pick number 2.
My beans never go above 10 full imperfections. I'm just as good at promotions. For example, you have a new product, a coffee maker. So why not combine tradition with modernity into a competition for
Let's
a
hope it
coffee
works, guys.
haiku? Literary style suits Grind. The best haiku wins a coffee machine.
Sounds good. However, Grind has long since ceased to be associated with its Japanese roots. We are an international brand, and that's how we should be viewed. Universal, but luxury. We aim at people of refinement, connoisseurs. Were you at Barnett Newman's last exhibition? Those are our clients.
Which is good. Not this way. Supposed to become the new face of the marketing campaign. No, she's not vain. So that's not it. So just so you told me that Grind should limit availability of the new coffee machine when it's launched. I don't know if that it kind of sounds like a fun idea, but I don't know if it's a good idea.
We need to create the need to possess in our customers. A luxury brand is an unattainable brand. We need the customer to yearn for the moment of purchase.
I read
seek
that
out
too
their
late.
dream product and anticipate having it. The new
I hope
machine
this
should
works,
be
though.
released in small batches. Then it will be a sales hit.
No, we're already late with launching the product, and we don't
Discount
want
went
to
up.
try
No.
our customers' patience. I could only consider your idea if you can offer me the security.
Let's I can finally open my own coffee shop with maybe less negotiating.
In Parker.
Unfortunately, or perhaps fortunately, I only read
Yes.
serious literature nowadays. I shall happily familiarize myself with Parker, though, and recommend him to my team. And in the meanwhile, I shall trust your judgment, both literary and business.
23% isn't bad. Done. Excellent negotiations rating. Yes. Yeah, this isn't bad.
I should sum up what happened after that meeting.
Yay, another cinematic. We're getting a lot of these today.
A parcel was waiting for me in the office. No info about the sender.
Creepy.
That usually suggests the contents will hurt someone, as long as it's not me. I tore at the cardboard. Among the crumpled up newspaper lay a video labeled Meeting with Mother.
Huh.
This was getting interesting.
Somebody recorded this?
I snapped open a small beer cough and put the video into the machine.
Who remembers when videos were in
I was
rectangular
secretly
boxes?
hoping the cassette would be more helpful than my last business meeting was.
VHS tapes, Betamax.
I hit the play button.
Mm-hmm.
Tensely,
did.
I waited for the film to start. Bingo. Hitomi Kobayashi's office. Hold on. Did he say Coralie to the camera? Okay, so Moreau made the recording. She must have sent it too. Hitomi had got
She was
Harold
very
involved.
obedient.
He was to help with the break-in from the inside. Maybe that way they'd learn something about the lost third canvas.
Oh. Everybody's looking for that canvas.
Hitomi gets angry. It's over Baptiste's article on coffee. Thanks to him, the legend of that coffee was all over the papers again.
Scandalous. Scandalous.
People are curious. That's bad. Coralie must do something about it. She's not happy, but she backs down, or pretends to. Maybe she wants to record Hitomi giving a clear order. But how? The camera's in
Really?
her brooch. That's why the night beam, as she referred to the jewelry when I asked about it, is round. Knockout. She's a knockout.
He's very smart. I wouldn't have known to put it on my
It's
desk
going to be a wider operation
or my
without Coralie,
body's
but she
accessories.
needs to know about it. The firm wants to confuse the Italian mafia and encourage them to steal 2 parts of the Kersey's triptych from the British Museum.
Wow. That is wild.
It's a strange conversation. Hitomi is giving orders like a stern parent or some sort of general. Her plan is simple and brutal. Coralie is to squeeze out of Baptiste everything he knows about coffee noir. That's why she seduced him.
What?
Refusal would have dire consequences. Nobody knows that they stole the... Caceres painted it. After all, Yakuza select the best. Coralie would do well to remember it.
Everybody's sus. We're back to the guy earlier.
Moreau is spying for the Japanese mafia. So, but Gabriel told the truth. The planters in the British Museum. And Harold, the museum curator, is mixed up in it.
Just arrest the whole town at this point.